Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. I apologise if my voice sounds shit. I'm going through a bit of a cold at the moment. But in the last part we started to head through... Oh god! Kill it! We got some level ups, nice. Yeah, so we started to head through Kamoshida's dungeon. No, it's oh, the rampage. That's useful. Sorry, fuck. We went through Madarames Dungeon, and that's what we're continuing with today. We should be finished with Madarames Dungeon by the end of this part. I don't think there's anything. Oh, there, city cattle. That's of any use. Alright, and now there's this section. This is the we've already had a little bit of a taster of the walking through paintings and all that kind of shit. This is the proper puzzle bit now, where we have to head through the entire thing to get through to the next section. It's a bit of a pain, and it's a bit of a, you know, a bit of luck, really. It takes a bit of time to go through. It's you know, it's a little bit of a pain because, as you can see, do I show it? Yeah, there's like multiple ways to go. So we want to go up first to the central area in that second painting. And so now we have to go through this bit, which I think we have to... Yeah, I fucked up here. Oh, this is what you have to do. You have to jump out here and hit this button so that activates painting, and then there's another button that we need to activate as well. So yeah, you need to... This is what makes it kind of irritating. You have to make your way to the paintings, and you have to hit... Yeah, I'm going the wrong way again. Fuck, now I'm at the start. Yeah, I remember it's, you have to go to this middle section here. Yeah, oh no, there we go, we have to go to the right. We just have to go there, I think, to press the button. He's using people... Well, yeah, what a prick. Using people like stepping stones. That arsehole. Yeah. Jump down, yeah. And now there's a second button. And that's the final painting activated. Yeah, so now we've activated all the frames. We now have to... Yeah, which means we have to drop down. Fuck. And head back into here. And I think you have to go to the middle section here. Yeah, I think I fuck up here at least once.
How suspicious. Well,
let's see. Yeah, you get kicked out of the painting and drop down to the bottom floor. I remember what you have to do now. It's basically you have to find that painting. Yeah, it's here. You have to climb up here, climb up to the top, and that takes us to the final painting, and it allows us to get out. So there you go. It's not too difficult. It's just a bit of a what's the word we're looking for? It's just a bit of a rush, you know. It's just like you have to get on with it. Jump out the painting. There we go. It's just a bit of trial and error. That's the word I was looking for. So yeah, and now we can move on to the next section of the dungeon. This is really irritating. I hate the sound in this game, in these recordings. I think we did like 3 parts. I think there's one more part after this which is fucked up with the sound. Because it doesn't sound absolutely terrible, it just sounds slightly off. Which pisses me off. But hey, I'm not doing the whole recording fucking again. No battle. Do we have a... Ooh.
Look, a treasure chest.
I'll reveal your true form.
Got you. There you go. Open the treasure chest. There you go. Snuff soul. That recovers SP, I believe. That's a pretty useful item.
I'll reveal your true form.
Especially in this game.
That was easy.
My apologies. Right, let's keep going. Is there anything in there? I can't remember. I think there's one guy in here. Yeah, there he is. Oh, fuck. Ran directly in front of that asshole.
I'll reveal your true form.
There we go.
Easier than cleaning my
Yep, no new fights at the moment. Crappy portrait. I like that.
Show me your true form.
Kill it. Kill it.
Huh?
Stab it in the face. There we go. Alright, let's move on. I do like how this works. It's something actually that I can that's an HP restoring item, I think. It's something I can I can appreciate with Persona 5 now, because I've recently started going back to playing. I've gone back and started playing through Persona 4 Golden again. And the cool thing about 5 as opposed to 4 Golden's kind of dungeon design is that 4 Golden's dungeon design is very much it's very much randomly generated. So, you know, it's kind of like randomly generated dungeons, and as a result, the level design isn't that like, ooh, chest, isn't that intricate. Whereas here, the dungeon design is a lot more intricate, and there's a lot more effort put into how the dungeons are made up and how they look, which I really like. Foolish monk.
Let's go.
I can't remember. I think, is this guy weak to ice? Yeah, there we go.
My other self.
These guys are weak to ice. Not exactly difficult to take out.
Serves you right.
But here we go. Let's take them out. Our first new enemy of the dungeon for quite a while, so that's kind of nice. Dead. 99 experience points. My god. And we're coming up to one of my... keep going, Tom. There you go. To this section of the dungeon, which I did not particularly like. First of all, there's the... there's this area where it's kind of... It looks cool, but it's kind of irritating to navigate. So you go through these blue kind of... These teleporting doors. And this sets up the next puzzle, which is the painting puzzle. Which is... yeah, it's kind of irritating to deal with, if I'm honest. This dungeon has a couple of puzzles which I don't particularly enjoy.
Hey.
So yeah. Basically, the puzzle involves there being various different types of paintings. So here there's two paintings, and it makes it kind of obvious because one's red and one's in blue. Like the top that Sayori's wearing there. And once that happens, it then points you to where you need to go. It turns the next portal gold, so you know that that's the direction you need to go in. My apologies. So then you head through here, and then you get another one. This time we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 paintings, and you have to pick the correct one. And it's kind of cool that all of them do have slight differences. So even if the colour looks around about the same, there are differences in the paintings themselves that means that you can tell which is the correct one just by looking. It is kind of difficult, I would say, but it's not exactly ridiculously hard. I think it's that was me looking at a guide. So it's this one, I believe.
Hey. Well.
Yep, there we go. And you always know you get it right if Yusuke says, yeah, you got the right one. And that allows us to move on to the next area. And you have to do this one more time? Yeah, so we have like 4 here. But then we also have 2 up here. And we also have 2 further down? Yeah, we have 2 more, I think, further down here. Steal that piece. Another crappy portrait.
Hey.
So, I get this wrong, I think. It's the next one down.
True form.
Because I'm a moron. My apologies. Yeah, so it's actually this one.
Well.
Yeah, I got it right in the end. And that's disappeared off in that way. So I think, if I remember, you have to go through this door, and then it takes you back to the original room that you were in, and then it opens, turns that one which was originally blue there to gold, so you can get through there. Pretty useful. So yeah. Like I said, it's not ridiculously difficult, but it's just it's something I think you need a guide for, just because it's not that difficult. It's just because the differences in the paintings can be a bit of a pain to notice. Something else I'll mention as well is that you can, if you want, do a lot of grinding just by getting the answer wrong and just fighting all the trainers. It's kind of like if I could put it another way, it's not exactly the same, but it's like Blaine's gym in Pokemon, in the original Pokemon Gen 1, where you can just go through and answer the questions correctly and not have to bother to fight anybody. But if you're a little bit low and you want to level grind, then you can just get the answers wrong and fight them. Or even if you won't get the answers right and still talk to them and fight them anyway. Which is slightly changed in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, but I won't talk about that yet.
I wonder what form it will take. Who knows?
Probably a picture.
Something like a self-portrait. The source of what distorted Madarame's reality this much.
Yes, that's a little bit of a clue as to what it is going to be. So we've still got to find... So we know where the treasure is. It's right behind Madarame there. We know where the room is. But we still need to find a safe infiltration route to find a safe way of getting the fucking thing. So that's going to be the final part of the dungeon that we need to do. We need to go and find ourselves a safe infiltration route, which means, yeah, I got a bit ahead of myself there. But now we've got a save room. I'm going to head through to here. Oh yeah, this is a bit of a pain in the ass. I remember. This is the final sort of mini-boss. It's not really a mini-boss, it's more of a... So from here you can turn off the lasers. You can switch off the lights. That doesn't work. Oh yeah. what we can do, I think the only thing we can do in here is switch off the lights, if I remember correctly.
Hey.
But we can't turn off the lasers. And you can also open the shutters to allow us to get through to other areas of the dungeon. To get to other parts of the final area of the dungeon. I'm losing my mind. And of course, because we've done that, we've got a that is going to lead to the second mini boss fight. I'm not sure I really count it. It's just more an upgraded, more powerful, like, base enemy. I guess you could call that a mini boss, but it's not ridiculously hard. By the way, the dumbass never thinks to reset the shutters so that we can just go, so that we can't make our way up there the next time we come in. Time for a fight. Yeah, these things are a bit of a pain in the dick. Yeah, it's not really... yeah, I wouldn't call this a mini-boss. It's just like a little... They are quite strong enemies. The Haunting Wolf Spirits are a pain in the arse. And here's me trying to find out why. They've got Fry, which is, I believe, nuclear magic. It's... I did nothing. And they could also do a fair bit of damage, especially... You know, this was a tough fight. I remember the first time I played the game, it was pretty fucking tough, just because of how strong the enemies are. You know, he's pretty fucking strong. But once you know their weakness, they're pretty comfortable. I should have really looked this up. Should have had a guide on hand while I was doing this, but hey. Planning ahead, what the fuck's that shit? Kodama now at level 13 and has learnt the skill Evil Touch. I believe Evil Touch, I think it inflicts fear on the enemy. It's pretty useful. Not really that useful if you want to fight, if you want to get all the maximum amount of experience, because it basically fear, it gives them a chance of running away, basically.
I can feel it.
My apologies. Fucking hell. Sooty kettle. So many sooty kettles.
Look, a treasure chest. Why don't we crack it open?
Meh. Get him. Or get her. There you go.
Oh.
Oh, it's a lot treasure chest. We have 5 lockpicks though. Let's grab ourselves a lockpick. Saint's Tunic. The other item I think is a selling item. You just get money for it. The tunic, that's probably just a
I spotted a shadow choker.
Defense, razor defense.
I'll reveal your true form.
It's an item you wear to keep to get your defense up. It's not really, but given I've got my best armor at this point in the game, I don't really, because it's New Game Plus, I don't really need it. They can be useful, particularly early on, to get them, to get armor items out of the treasure chests and stuff. Shiki Uji. Weak to its weaknesses. Frozen. Well done, Yusuke. His weaknesses. What's the name of it? The Fry, which is the nuclear magic. I don't have anybody with nuclear magic yet. So. Hey, and it's paralyzed. Yusuke, Ryuji, like my own personal Pikachu. Attack up. let's hit. Yeah, at this point I'm just like, fuck it. Just hit him with everything you've got, every major magic spell. And we're still causing a fair bit of damage. And even with his attack up, he's only doing 33, so it's pretty... For God's sake, on. And there we go. He's done. He was a mini-boss earlier on in the earlier on in the dungeon, and now he's a basic mook. What a bitch. My apologies. Ah, thanks for pointing it out, Ryuji. I wouldn't have known otherwise. Magic ointment. That recovers SP. That recovers SP. Right, let's kill you now. Yep, you're dead. No one knew. I guess he wasn't new, really. I guess it was the first time we'd faced him as just a normal enemy, so I guess that kinda counts. Now it's time for the final area. It's the main security. This is the area where they control the mechanisms for all the hanging stuff at the top of the building. My apologies. My throat is going to absolute shit today. Fucking hate colds. So yeah, basically we now have a plan in place. Basically we can send a couple of people down to the control room at the bottom to turn off the lights. We can have 2 people up here. One goes on the hook. One activates the hook to send it down to grab the treasure, and then use the hook again to pull it up. My apologies. That was just poor.
Joker.
So yeah, the hook goes down.
Wait.
Goes right down to the treasure, and then
You got it.
we can pull it right back up.
Nice.
So yeah, there they were basically saying what I said. Use the light. Use the use the control room downstairs to turn off the lights. Lower them down. Grab the treasure and lift them up before the lights come back on. And then run the fuck out. Nice and easy.
Now
So yeah, we have our infiltration route. All that's left to do is to send the calling card and get it. And the cool thing as well is that there is a exit. There's a little what's the name of it? There's like a grate near the top there, so we can get out really, really fucking easy at the end of the dungeon. So my apologies. Yeah, we've done a lot. And pretty much done it in one go. I remember it took me like, I think my first playthrough it took me 3 or 4 visits to get up to this point. Took me a couple this time, so that's pretty nice.
You're back.
And I think that we are going to basically, I'm pretty sure we're going to be sending the calling card next, and this is I'm basically saying let's have use case send the calling card, because well, he's an artist for one, and because he's personally invested in this shit. And that is going to be it for this part of Persona 5. So join me next time for the next part of Persona 5, when hopefully this call will be gone. when we will be heading off. We'll be sending the calling card, and we'll be heading off into Madarames Dungeon and kicking Madarame's ass and finishing this dungeon once and for all. So join me next time for the next part of Persona 5. Fuck colds. Anyway, see you next time.